Littlefell and Underfell. These two characters are both pretty similar in power, but which of them are better? You may think that it'd kind of be obvious, but it isn't really. Both of these characters are really good, as Littlefell is insanely high damage, a really good skin. However, of course, Underfell is an insanely good character. So, to start things off, we're going to be using Littlefell. So, first up, we've got Littlefell. Now, for this being one of the cheapest Littletail skins and wins in XP, he is so good. Basically, he has a damage increase and a stamina debuff. However, he only loses 10 stamina, and because he has gummy bears, he has a way to regen unlike Dust. So his stamina ends up being better than Dust Sans. And his damage, insanely high. If you can see this move here on the 8th slot, it sends bones from behind. It starts off pretty weak, but then gets insanely strong as the match continues. It will eventually end though, as you'll see in a second. There'll be so many bones shooting from the back. I think we've already won this, basically. Yeah, just one person left. Like, look at this. This is pure mayhem. And then it starts to calm down and then stops. So, for this character being quite an early Littletail skin, this was the skin I used to grind 10k. Not Dust, I didn't use Killer, which I probably should have looking back at it. But this character was the one I used to get to 10k. And speaking of that, this guy also had a 10k upgrade. If we go over to Littletail now, as you can see, he only has 2 upgrades, which are Heck of the Little one, which is just, you get that move, and that one buffs it. He used to have a low tier influence for 10,000, which was overpowered, as he used to have a final attack, which was so good. It was like hard mode Sans' old attack. It was so good, but sadly it was removed a while ago. So that's all for Littletail. Now let's go on to actual Fell. Okay, now on to actual Fell. This character is really good. He has 3 upgrades. He also has a low tier, however. 1, I'm not going to use it because it wouldn't be fair. And 2, I don't have it because I don't really use this character that much. However, that's not to say that this character isn't good at all. This character is so powerful, and I don't know what this guy's on about. But he's really good because he's high damage. Sure, his first phase's stamina is horrendous. Like, it might be the worst first phase amount of stamina I've ever seen. But his second phase isn't much better. But he does have a final attack, which is overpowered. Now, he is, of course, your Fell Blasters, Fell Bone Zone, Fell everything. He's so good because of his high damage. And really, the way his Gas Blasters work is pretty unique. Like, you have 2 fires before it runs out like that, and they're very quick charged. Now, his second phase, as you can see, 130 stamina, a lot more than his first phase. The only problem I have with this phase is the Chain Slam. Like, everyone knows you're going to use it. You're never going to hit it, really. Unless you're skilled enough, you barely ever hit it. It's like something that you have, you just don't really use that often. Okay, I think we might even beat him before we get to the final attack. We might not, though, who knows? I mean, this character is just so good. Oh, yeah, no, he's so dead. I think he even just dies because of my passive there. Yep. That was pretty easy. This character, again, is so good. Both characters are insanely good. This guy has 3 upgrades, you can see. And for his max one for phase 2, only 1,200 XP. And he has a lot of different styles, as you can see here. So, between Littlefell and actual Fell, which one is better? Well, I would 100% lean towards normal Fell. I mean, it's just because of the final attack. I didn't get to show it off there, but you almost never win against it. It's so good, and especially because he has 2 phases. If we were counting low tiers for them, I'd still think Fell gets the edge. But don't get me wrong, the low tier for him used to be overpowered. But I'd still have to side with Underfell. Thank you all so much for watching. If you have any other ideas, please let me know. And that's all for me. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.